Hey, it's your boy Valdo, and I am back to talk about something new in Delve. And what that's going to be is Toxic Rain. So Toxic Rain, which is a super cool skill, is probably one of the more interesting skills I've seen in a long time. It is a multifaceted skill, but as it says, I guess first I'll show you I have Efficacy, GMP, Increased Duration, Void Manipulation, and VPS, which is the reworked physical projectile attack damage. Anyways, Toxic Rain is a 6 skill. So what it does is it fires a number of arrows into the air that rain down around the targeted area, dealing damage to enemies they hit and creating a spore pod where they land. Each spore pod deals chaos damage over time to nearby enemies and lessens their movement speed. And after that duration, they burst, dealing AoE. What's cool about this skill is the pods they hit on the ground, which are these little bastards here, are affected by your skill effect duration. And the effect is how long they don't. The longer they persist, which is the longer they deal their AoE damage before they pop. The sick part about them is their damage over time stacks, which is really fucking cool. So if you're like me and you have that increased duration and efficacy, and you also have the increased duration, or I'm sorry, skill effect duration, which is 20% from here and another 45% here, 16% from efficacy, and 65-ish percent from uh, increased duration. So that's pretty cool. Any more, and I think it'd be a little bit much. But generally, it's bringing it from 1 second duration to a 2.5 second duration, which is a big deal. So what that means is that we just kind of like rain this stacking hell on the enemy, and we support this with Val Blight as a damage stimulant. It's a 20% more damage multiplier because of that debuff that also lasts a pretty long time, because of our skill effect duration, and because of our increased duration support. We support that with faster casting, and then we're going to be using Withering Touch, which is also a more damage multiplier that we use with Barrage. And I don't really do this much, but I think that Mirage Archer applies the debuff with Barrage. I'm not even sure. I don't even check. I haven't even really been caring too much about it. But that's really cool. Then we use Quill Rain because it's super fast. Um, so yeah, generally, Quill Rain is your best and slot option in my opinion. It gives you so many free stats like attack speed, projectile speed, which are a big deal like this for moves like this, just because you want those spores on the ground as fast as possible. To be totally honest, any slower just feels kind of bad. But the thing I love about this skill is it's a little bit interesting in that instead of going for a build like mine, where you're going for this damage over time effect, you could go for the least duration you could achieve, which in turn would give you the ability to deal damage with the bursts instead of with the damage over time. And with things like that, it'd be really cool to have, maybe poison stacking or just getting on hit chaos damage. It'd be pretty sick. But that's what I like about this skill. There isn't just one way to do it. There isn't just one way to play Toxic Rain, I don't think. And I might be exploring that later on. But this build kind of came out of nowhere for me. Some of the things I do support it with is the level 10 temp chains on hit. Do not get these. I love these gloves. I found them. I was like, might as well use them. So that's the only reason I'm really using them. I'm not saying these are integral to the build. I just like them to stack the temp chains with the slow from the toxic pods. Just a me thing. So ignore that. The rest of this shit is just items that are bad. But anyways, I want to show you what it feels like. I only have Strand right now, so sorry, but I can show you at least a little bit of the, I guess, the clear with it. So generally, when you walk into a pack, it's straightforward. You can kind of just walk over, do that, and it's easy. Like there isn't really any problems with clearing. And as you can see, the explosions are pretty much occurring after everything is dead. They're an irrelevant part of the build until you're dealing single target, and even then they do a very minuscule amount of damage, so they're not something that we're focusing on. We also use phase acrobatics. This build is okay in a delve only because of the life gain on hit I have. But it's also quite good because it just covers a large area and enemies normally die before they get close to you. And they're hella slowed and stuff. That's really cool. But the skill is awesome. Like, it's defensive, it's offensive, it's damage over time. I love damage over time, especially when it's not like an ailment, and so on and so forth. So it's super fun. But this is only my league starter build. I do have some other things in plan. But most things melt. That rare is gone forever. The thing I didn't like about Caustic Arrow was it cleared a lot better than this. The problem with it, though, was it with rares and other stuff like that. And it was a pain in the ass to kind of push the damage in a way that was really helping it melt. I'm not saying that it can't. I just wasn't really interested in doing that again because I've played a couple of Caustic Arrow characters, and so that's always been like a, something I've already tried, I guess you can say, and I wanted to do something new. So, anyways, besides that, let's get to this boss. Okay, so I think we run up, do this, and then they just kind of melt. And I'll be honest, the damage isn't like crazy, um, but more often than not, during mapping, map bosses are super easy. They don't ever get close to you, and they die quite quickly. I love this mace. I can't not pick it up. But so yeah, the build is super fun. I don't know if I'll be doing any more updates for this build because I've killed a lot with it. I do want to do guardians and stuff with it. So I will be pushing my Atlas with this. I'm really not doing very well right now. I've been a bit behind. I've been kind of busy. So unfortunately, I'm not pushing as hard as I did last year. I'm sorry, last 3 months ago. But generally, this build's pretty fun. I like a lot of the little things I can do to change it up. But anyways, that's kind of it. I'll keep you guys posted. But the build coming after this, but not for a long time, sadly, is probably going to be a new and improved mirror arrow that doesn't use lionized glare, which is cool to me because I hate lionized glare, and I love that build. I've played so many iterations of it, and trying to really change it and push it, but it's been so annoying because you feel like you have to use lionized glare. But we'll talk about that another time. In the meantime, this league is super fun. A lot of people are kind of complaining, but I think it's a lot of fun. I'm actually liking this more than Incursion. I know, very unpopular opinion, but I don't care. I love this league. It's a lot of fun. Toxic Arena is super cool, and I've actually really wanted to try Scourge Arrow too, but that's something else, and I'm just kind of rambling now. It's been fun, guys, and if you guys have any questions about the build, you can let me know. I'll try to leave some info at the bottom, but I have no record of this build. This build was a Caustic Arrow build, and I've been tweaking it. So honestly, there's no real pace spin. There's no real build here that I'm showing you either. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing and how I feel about Toxic Rain, which is really fun. But if you guys want to learn more about it, I think a couple of other people are playing it too. They might know a lot more than I do. I've been kind of trying to do this all myself, and I think it's been working out really well. I don't know what else I'm missing. I definitely feel like I'm missing damage. I know I can get more damage out of the skill. I just don't know where it's at. So yeah. Anyways, it's been fun, guys. If you have any more questions, please PM me. Let me know. See what's going on, and shoot me with some build ideas. Peace.